I have finally found the elusive Immortality mushroom. These are actually called Reishi mushrooms, and we'll get into that here in a few. Hello world, Rich Fortney here. This is the Quest to Get on the Alone Show. Hey, I just wanted to show you, I found that elusive Immortality mushroom. I might need it. No, it's called the Reishi mushroom. It's actually a Chinese word. It's called Immortality. You can look it up. It's good for your immune system, swelling, that kind of stuff. It's got a lot of good healing properties in it. So look that up. I'm going to continue my search. I'm looking for some chicken of the woods, hen of the woods, whatever I can run into. So it's going to be a good day of mushroom picking. Stay tuned and we'll get to the cooking part here soon. All right, here's another one. And it's actually grown up close on that rock. I'll cut her out in a minute. Sometimes you just gotta enjoy Mother Nature. I'm also going to show you what a bad mushroom looks like. See how it's got gills on the bottom of it? I'll show you so you can tell. Not good, poisonous. So remember, gills, stay away from them. Well, it's a big old wild strawberry. You don't want to eat too many of them, but pretty good. All right, I ran into a bunch of young, very young chicken of the woods. So as you can see, it's still growing. I'm up here in a bunch of oak, so I'm not going to bother it. There's more over here. But that's what that is. So we'll keep on searching. A couple little spots of chicken of the woods. Just what we're looking for. I'll go ahead and harvest that and look for a little bit more. All right, world. I'm going to show you my bounty that I had, and then we're going to get to cooking it. I'll show you how to process it, but got some blackberries, reishi mushroom, chicken of the woods, some chanterelles, and some lichen. I'm actually going to go over how to properly prepare those and then cook them, and then we'll go from there. Then I'm going to start on this shelter. So stay tuned. How to quickly clean this reishi mushroom and how to prepare the others. First thing you want to do is you want to wipe it off, obviously. Get any algae or anything that's on it taken off. And then you basically just want to cut it into strips. Because what you're going to do is you're going to boil this. You're going to boil it for a minimum of 30 minutes, but no longer than 2 hours. And you're just going to make little strips. As you can see, it rained a little bit, so it's a little moist, but that's all right because it's going in water anyway. And I'm going to boil it here in a second to have reishi tea. Now, I personally will boil half of this for 30 minutes and then drink it. And then those blackberries that I picked, I'll squeeze the juice out of them into it, And I'll show you that, just to sweeten it up a little bit. Now, some people will like to take the bottom layer off, like so. This one isn't too bad, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll take a few of the harder pieces off, just to get to the core of it. Notice how it hardened up just a little bit on the bottom, and that's all right. As you can see, these are chanterelles I put up, hung up high, so that they'll dry out. But notice how the water's starting to get a little brown. She's getting there. Another 15 minutes. Our rat has been cooking for about 40 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I'm gonna pour this out. Well, that ain't working like I wanted it to. So I'll just eyeball it. All right, that's the Immortality tea. And what I like to do, because it's got a real dark taste to it, those blackberries come in handy right now, and I'll show you why. That's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna squish them. It's all right to throw one or two in there, but I prefer making the juice. Giving it a little sugar. Then you can eat the blackberries, blueberries, whatever you have available to you. All right, chicken of the woods is next. I'm gonna go ahead and break it up. As you can see how it will sometimes have leaves and sticks in it. You basically want to pull it off, and you're going to want to wipe it off. A brush is really best to use at the house, but it's basically pretty simple. Get all the sticks and twigs and stuff off of it. And then you're just going to cut it into strips. Some people will use onion and oil, some types of oil. I personally, since I'm out here, I'm just going to use a little bit of that blackberry, throw with it, try to oil up the pan, and I'll show you that here shortly. But chunks like that, you just want to take and discard. Mice and stuff will eat it. So I definitely don't want to do that around here, but if I was staying here, I wouldn't do that. I would take it down to the creek and throw it in there. But like I said, you just cut it into strips, fry it up. And there you have it. So that's chicken of the woods. It's got a real good texture to it, and the reason they call it chicken of the woods is because it's got a similar to chicken taste, but more of the texture of chicken. As you can see, I threw some blackberries in there, and I'm gonna fry them up with the chicken of the woods, just so y'all can see. Blackberry chicken of the woods cooking at its best. Starting to get that chickeny hardness, the chickeny texture. See how it's breaking up there? Okay, these chanterelle mushrooms. Basically, what I do with them is I'll string them up and let them get hard because they're real mushy. I won't say mushy, they're just real wet. So I'll take some snare wire like so. Some of it that's you can tell it's a little rotten. You want to pull it out. Obviously, you don't want to eat that. I'll get rid of that here shortly. And basically what I'll do is I'll put it above the fire and I'll dehydrate it. And then you add it to stews and, you know, fish stew, etc. One thing about mushrooms, you don't ever want to take a risk with them. If you can't positively ID them, don't mess with them because they can kill you. So there you have it. A chanterelle shish kebab. And it's just to dry them out, dehydrate them. Alright, what you want to do with the chicken of the woods, well, a lot of people put oil with it and such, but what I do is, because I'm out here, I'll use a barrier or something that's got a little bit of water to it. Like so. Plus it gives it a little flavor. And then you just saute your chicken of the woods with it. Alrighty. I don't know if y'all can see the steam coming off of it, but it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna give her a shot. That blackberry gave it some good taste. So there you have it. That's how you fry them up. Now, if you're at home, you'll use oil. You can use all kinds of stuff. It's whatever your taste buds are. Like these, I'm gonna fry some up and throw a lot of garlic and onion in it. But there you have it. The lichens, sort of like all you do is boil them, and it comes to like a mushy mashed potato type of substance. So you'll see that here shortly. Well, it'll be a little while. Okay, the lichen, you just want to get it in there, and you want to get it to boiling to where it's nice and soft, and then you mush it up. So we'll get to that. It's almost a spinachy texture. Okay. All right, as you can see, it's almost a spinachy texture. Now, personally, I would not eat this unless I was in a survival mode, because it's like a rubbery potato. I'll show you what I mean. When you cook it, it's less. See how I can pull it apart real easy and rip it. Now, I'll go get a piece that's not cooked. Okay, check this out. It's almost like plastic. Like rubber. So, only eat it if you're in survival mode. So with that being said, y'all, arrivederci.